Hello everybody and welcome back to today's video. Today I have another mini cases video for you today. Really quick, if you don't know what that means, it just means that a lot of these are cases that aren't long enough to have a dedicated video, so I put them in one. It's one of my favorite types of videos to do because it gives me the ability to talk about multiple people that otherwise probably don't get talked about because they don't have as much information. And today I have three people in particular that I want to tell you about, and that is Tawnya Knight, Lisa Lambert, and Jeffrey Lynn Smith. So all the links that I use for research will be down below, like always, and let's get into this. So let's start off with Jeffrey Lynn Smith. So Jeffrey, who was 16, was last seen walking home from school with her boyfriend named Frank Hanna on Silver Street in Hot Springs, Arkansas on December 4th, 1985. They were a few blocks from her home, but she never arrived home. Her sister said that the boyfriend was abusive towards Jeffrey and that she had wanted to end the relationship. The boyfriend was later imprisoned for assaulting another girlfriend. He was never charged in Jeffrey's case. Jeffrey was wearing a gold ring with an opal stone at the time of her disappearance. She had gotten it for her birthday, and her sister says that she cherished it and she never took it off. Well, Jeffrey's boyfriend, Frank Hanna, he pawned the ring after she disappeared. She was originally thought to be a runaway, but other theories are now being considered. In fact, when police told her parents about Jeffrey being gone, it was at the police station, and that they realized um, that them actually being at the police station was a trick, and it was to arrest their stepdad for a traffic warrant. So it wasn't like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry, your child is missing. They had ulterior motives. They wanted to get the stepdad on a traffic charge, which is stupid as shit when there is a child missing. But Jeffrey's family, they searched tirelessly for her, and Frank, the boyfriend, did help, but they were very suspicious of him. So her sister, named Lisa, has not stopped the search for her sister. In fact, thanks to Lisa, the case was reopened in 2010 with a possible suspect interviewed, and 3 wooded areas were searched, but unfortunately nothing came of it, and the case went cold again. And as of now, that is where the case still stands. She is still missing to this day, and the description I have for you for Jeffrey is that she was 16 at the time, would be about 55 years old now. She stood about 5'3", 110 to 120 pounds, with a brown jacket, which is what she was last seen in, with pink pants, brown shoes, and she also had brown hair and eyes, and she goes by Lynn, her middle name, pierced ears, and she had a mole on the right side of her chin. And anybody with any information is urged to contact the Hot Springs Police Department at 501-321-6789. I will have her photo on the screen for a moment before we move on. Moving on to Lisa Lambert. So Lisa Monique Lambert, who is 14, was last seen by her parents on October 17th, 1979, and that was as she left their home in the 1900 block of East 19th Street in Baltimore, Maryland. She told them that she was going to a dance class at a local church. Lisa never returned home. She was sighted by her brother several days later entering a Lincoln automobile, and she was never seen or heard from again. Lisa's mom was out of town attending a funeral at the time and said she didn't believe that her daughter was dead. Unfortunately, that's all we know about Lisa's case. I've never seen any updates. As far as I know, she is still missing. We don't know if she's a runaway or anything like that. We don't even know if there's any theories on this case, but I do have a description for you. So like I said, she was 14 at the time, would be 60 now. She stood about 5'9", 145 pounds, last seen in a blue quilted vest, a maroon shirt, blue jeans, black tights, and brown shoes. She is biracial. She is African American and Caucasian, and she has brown hair and brown eyes. Anybody with any information is urged to contact the Baltimore Police Department, and I have 2 phone numbers for them. The first phone number is 443-984-7114. The second number is 410-396-2284. And that is the case of Lisa, and I will have her photo on the screen for a few moments before we move on. Moving on to Tawnya. So 15-year-old Tawnya went missing 28 years ago on December 7th, 1996 in Spring Hill, Kansas. She was last seen by an acquaintance during the evening hours on the 7th and was reported missing on December 8th. On June 7th, 1997, her skeletonized remains were found in a farmer's field in the 21,000 block of US 169 highway in Spring Hill. Some articles say that she was with an acquaintance. Her dad, Frank, says that she wanted to go to a sleepover with a friend, so where she was when she disappeared was kind of muddled. So wherever she was, we're not quite sure how far away it was from, say she was having a sleepover. We don't know like how she would have gotten there, basically, or like how far away she would have been from wherever she was that night. The farmer was in the middle of tilling the field when he saw a human skull. The remains were 2 months old at the time. A pair of a size 13/14 jeans and a shirt were there, and she was identified with dental records. This farm was only miles from her home. Who was she with? Her friend? Someone else? Why were the remains 2 months old, but she'd been gone? She'd been disappeared for 6 months prior. So the killer has never been found, and the case is still unsolved. So this one was just really weird to me, especially when, they found her remains. It's like, okay, she's been gone for a while now, but the remains were only 2 months old. To me, it sounds like she was being kept alive for 4 months before something happened, and that is just so heartbreaking to think about and terrifying. Like, who would want to harm this 15-year-old girl? Like I said, we're not completely sure where she was that night. The details are a bit muddy. It's an older case. But let me know your thoughts down below. I do have a phone number. I believe it's a Crime Stoppers number. It's 816-474-TIPS. And that is the last case I wanted to present to you guys today. So thank you so much for listening to each of their stories. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know your thoughts down below, like always. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye, guys.